In a cheerful little village called Whimsington, where laughter rang like the chiming of bells, lived a girl named Tilly. Tilly was not just any ordinary girl. She had a tiny, shimmering kite that danced in the wind as if it had a mind of its own. It was a special kite, crafted by her grandmother from the lightest fabric and decorated with bright colors that sparkled under the sun. Tilly loved flying her kite every day after school, feeling the wind tug at the string as it floated high above the colorful rooftops of her village. One sunny afternoon, while Tilly was flying her kite, a strange sight caught her eye. High above, floating gracefully in the clouds, was a flying elephant. His enormous ears flapped like the sails of a ship, and his skin shimmered with a silver sheen. Tilly gasped in amazement, clutching her kite tightly as she watched the majestic creature soar through the sky. The elephant, noticing Tilly's fascination, descended gently to the ground, landing softly in a meadow nearby. "Hello there," trumpeted the elephant, his voice warm and inviting. "I'm Elio, the flying elephant. What's your name?" "I'm Tilly," she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with delight. "I've never seen a flying elephant before." "You're amazing," Elio chuckled, his laughter echoing like thunder. "Thank you. It's not every day I meet a girl with such a tiny kite. Would you like to join me on an adventure?" Tilly's heart raced with excitement. "An adventure? Yes, please." With a gentle flap of his wings, Elio lifted Tilly into the air, and they soared into the sky together. The world below shrank away, revealing a patchwork of fields and forests. Tilly could hardly believe her eyes. They flew over Whimsington and beyond, venturing into the land of wonder, a place known only in fairy tales. As they flew deeper into the land of wonder, the scenery transformed into a vibrant tapestry of colors. The trees were tall and twisted, with leaves of every hue imaginable. Flowers bloomed in rainbow shades, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of magic. Tilly clutched her kite, exhilarated by the sensation of wind rushing past her. "Look down," Elio urged, pointing with his trunk. Tilly gazed below to see a field dotted with peculiar, golden pumpkins, each glowing with a warm, inviting light. "What are those?" Tilly asked, intrigued. "They're magic pumpkins," Elio explained. "If you eat them, they grant wishes. But be careful, only the sweetest ones will work." "Let's land and check them out," Tilly suggested, and with a graceful swoop, Elio brought them down to the pumpkin patch. As they stepped into the field, Tilly noticed a small goat leaping among the pumpkins. The goat had fluffy white fur and wore a tiny red scarf around its neck. It was jumping from pumpkin to pumpkin, seemingly trying to reach the highest one. "Hello, little goat," Tilly called. "What are you doing?" "I'm giddy," the goat replied, pausing to catch its breath. "I'm trying to get the biggest magic pumpkin to wish for endless candy. Would you help me?" Tilly giggled. "Of course. We can all work together." With Elio's help, they devised a plan. Tilly held her tiny kite high, and as the wind caught it, it glimmered brightly, attracting the attention of the nearby pumpkins. The pumpkins, enchanted by the kite's sparkle, began to sway and lean toward Tilly. Giddy jumped onto Elio's back, and from there, he could reach higher pumpkins. Finally, after much teamwork and laughter, Giddy jumped onto the largest pumpkin and gave it a little nudge. To everyone's surprise, the pumpkin glowed even brighter and then burst open, releasing a whirlwind of colorful candies that rained down around them. "Yay! Magic candy!" Giddy cheered, bouncing with joy. Tilly reached out to grab a handful of the sweets. They sparkled like stars, each one promising a burst of flavor that danced on her tongue. She shared the candy with Elio and Giddy, and they all laughed as they indulged in the delightful treats. "This is the best day ever," Tilly exclaimed, her eyes shining with happiness. "What should we wish for next?" "Let's wish for a flying candy party," Giddy suggested, his excitement bubbling over. Tilly thought for a moment. "That sounds amazing. But what if we invite everyone from Whimsington?" "Great idea," Elio agreed, his trunk waving in the air. "Let's wish for a magical celebration with all your friends." With hearts full of joy, they gathered around the shimmering pumpkin, and Tilly closed her eyes, made her wish, and blew a kiss into the wind. The pumpkin glowed brighter than ever, and suddenly, a burst of confetti exploded into the air, filling the meadow with sparkles. "Hold on," Elio said as he flapped his enormous wings, lifting them into the sky again. The candy party was about to begin. As they soared back toward Whimsington, Tilly could see her friends playing in the park, their laughter echoing through the air. Elio swooped low, and Tilly called out to them, "Everyone, come and join us for a flying candy party." The children looked up in awe, their eyes wide as they spotted the flying elephant and the tiny kite fluttering beside him. They ran to the meadow, following Tilly's voice. When they arrived, the sight was magical. Candy rained down like colorful confetti, and the golden pumpkins glowed, inviting everyone to join in the festivities. Tilly's friends cheered with delight, their faces lighting up with joy. As the party unfolded, children chased each other, catching candy in their hands, while Elio flew above, showering them with even more sweets. Tilly felt a warmth in her heart as she watched her friends giggle and dance, all thanks to the magic of the golden pumpkins. "Let's play a game," Tilly suggested, her excitement bubbling over. "What kind of game?" one of her friends asked, eyes sparkling. "How about a treasure hunt for more magic candy?" Giddy chimed in, bouncing on his hooves. "I can lead the way." And so, the treasure hunt began. Giddy hopped through the field, directing the children to search for hidden treats among the pumpkins and flowers. Tilly and her friends found candy hidden under leaves, inside flower petals, and even nestled in the hollows of the pumpkins. Elio watched over the children, his big eyes twinkling with delight as they laughed and played. The sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, and the glow of the pumpkins illuminated the scene like a fairy tale. After a while, they gathered in a circle, their arms filled with candy and their hearts full of laughter. Tilly smiled at Elio, feeling grateful for this extraordinary day. "Thank you, Elio," she said, her voice filled with appreciation. "This has been the most magical adventure." "It's not over yet," Elio declared, his ears flapping with excitement. "I have one more surprise for you all." With that, Elio took a deep breath, and from the tip of his trunk, he released a stream of colorful sparkles that danced in the air, forming a beautiful rainbow above them. The children gasped in awe, their eyes wide with wonder as they watched the rainbow stretch across the sky. "Let's make a wish," Tilly said, her heart soaring. The children nodded eagerly, and one by one, they closed their eyes and made wishes as they looked up at the shimmering colors. "I wish for more adventures," one child shouted. "I wish for a lifetime supply of candy," another chimed in. As their wishes floated into the air, Tilly felt a sense of belonging. Surrounded by her friends and the magical creatures of the Land of Wonder, she realized that adventure was all around her. After the wishes were made, Elio said, "Now, let's celebrate with one final flight." He lifted everyone into the air, soaring above the village of Whimsington, where the lights twinkled below like stars. The children squealed with delight, clutching their candy as they flew high above their homes. From above, Tilly could see the shimmering river, the vibrant fields, and the friendly faces of the villagers looking up at them with smiles. It was a moment of pure joy, a memory she would cherish forever. When they finally descended back to the ground, the sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the meadow. Tilly looked around at her friends, their faces alight with happiness. "Let's promise to have more adventures together," Tilly suggested, and everyone agreed. As the stars began to twinkle overhead, they shared their candy and laughed together, reliving the magic of the day. Elio, the flying elephant, Giddy, the jumping goat, and Tilly with her tiny kite had created memories that would last a lifetime, and as they sat together under the stars, Tilly made a silent wish of her own. She wished for many more magical adventures filled with friendship, laughter, and, of course, a little bit of magic candy. From that day on, Tilly, Elio, and Giddy became the best of friends, embarking on countless adventures that took them to enchanted lands and hidden treasures. They explored the skies, shared dreams, and filled their hearts with joy, proving that sometimes the most magical moments happen when you least expect them. And so, In the little village of Whimsington, where the laughter echoed like a sweet melody, the adventures of Tilly the tiny kite, Elio the flying elephant, and Giddy the jumping goat became legends, inspiring other children to embrace their imaginations and seek out their own magic in the world. The end.